Now that we've talked about databases, peer review, references, and plagiarism, let's try to explore. Sometimes the best way to find references is to go to your nearest library and look at their nonfiction section. Physical books have, generally speaking, gone through a process to be vetted, similarly to peer-reviewed articles. That means that an expert in the field has looked at the information and deemed it correct. You will find reference lists in nonfiction books, much like you will find yourself writing at the end of your school papers. Reference lists are a good way to tell if what you're reading is truthful. Before we explore some databases, let's quickly review some definitions. Database. A database is a professional website that compiles information into one search engine. It has academic journals, magazines, books, and sometimes videos for you to search. Peer-reviewed. This means that an article in a journal or magazine has been reviewed and verified by other experts in the field of study. This is a term you'll see frequently when you're doing research assignments. References or resources. You'll see these words often, and they're sometimes simply called sources. These are the books, articles, newspapers, or journals that you find your information in. You will need to always show where you found your facts by using a reference page and showing your sources. Now that we've reviewed all of that, let's go look at some actual databases. I'm going to be looking at databases that you can find through the Springfield City Library. This is their main website, which is springfieldlibrary.org. If you pay attention, there is an org in the domain name, which means that this is a good place to look for information to start with. How to get to the databases page is you will go up here to the top under How Do I and click Access Digital Resources. At the top here, it explains a little bit about how to use the resources with your library card, and underneath it has resources defined by subject or by just alphabetical A to Z. For this instance, we're going to go to A to Z. I'm going to show all of the databases so it's easier for me to scroll and show you. We'll be looking at a couple databases because I want to show you what different ones look like. Going down the list, we'll start at the top. This is called Academic OneFile. If you click on it, it brings up this search screen here. This search bar is much like Google. You can put anything into it and something, if they have information on it, will come up. I'll do a search, for example, on engineering. You'll see search results will start to pop up to give you some ideas of what to look for, but we're just going to do engineering to start. Now this page probably looks very confusing and there's a lot of information going on, so I'm going to show you the parts that you want to pay attention to. There's always going to be a filters bar. Sometimes it's on the left, sometimes it's on the right. This one is on the right hand side and it's right here under Filter Your Results. What you want to look for is this word here, peer-reviewed. We talked about that a lot, so we want to click on that to make sure that anything we look at has been peer-reviewed. Another thing that is useful is to search for full text documents. That's a little confusing to explain, but it basically means that the entire document you'll be able to read online. Occasionally, the stuff available through databases will only be the beginning of a chapter or just the very first page of an article. If you want to use the whole thing, you want to make sure it's fully there online, so you want to use full text. Other filters that you can use are publication date. You can choose a range if you want anything older or newer. For example, you can put in 2020 to 2023 here, and then hit apply, and it will narrow down the results to only things published during those years. And then you can search through. A lot of this information is a bit higher level for mostly adults and working professionals, but it's a good way to show you just how to use this filter section. Going back to the Springfield Library website, We'll go to the databases once again. I'm going to show you a couple more to give you an idea of what you want to look for. The next one we're going to use is going to be this biography website by Gail. And you'll see that it has the same search engine in top as the other database we were just on. That means that they're owned by the same parent company, and all of them are good to use. There are a couple large ones. Gale is one of them, and that's the one that Springfield has access to. So this is the main page for the biography section of Gale. And to show you what a search looks like, well, first off, let's look at the front page. It has large topics at the top to scroll through of interest. It also has some browsing options if you just want to search and you don't know what you're looking for. Maybe you need some help finding out who you want to write a paper on. You can go here and click on any of these and they will give you some information on those people. For a search though, I just wanted to show you what it looked like. So I'm going to look up Mae Jemison. Okay, so this information at the top is an overview. So this has been pulled from sources and we'll show you a little bit, as it says, quick facts about this person. Her birth date, occupation, general information. If you scroll down a little, it will show you the content found through the search about this person. There are images, there are audio, there's magazines, there are news articles, and academic journals and websites in general. If we wanted to look for biographies specifically, you could click on the biographies button here, or you could go down to the biographies bar here, click on it, and we'll have that same page as before where there are filters on the side. There's publication dates like we did before. If you want to make sure that it's updated information, you can search there. And then if we wanted to, we could click on any of these and it would bring you to a page. This specifically, if you scroll down, tells you exactly where this came from. It gives you, just like the citation for plagiarism, it gives you the article name, who wrote the article, and where to find it right here in this citation. So that would mean if you took information from this page and put it in your paper, if you paraphrased anything, you would put in this citation, and then your teacher could come and verify that this is where the information came from. If we go back to the main page, you can also click this Read More at the top, which will give you a similar page for this person, Mae Jemison. If you scroll down, here's a little bit about her. This might be a good place to find a direct quote to use, which you would put in quotation marks. And then again at the bottom, it would have the citation of where you found that information. This is a good example as well because it has further readings, which is similar to Wikipedia, which will give you other places to look to verify the information. If you find this book, for example, you could verify the information, you could cross-check it and make sure that it is correct. And then if you go to an online article, such as any of these listed, you could do the same. Again, when you're going to websites, you want to be careful with the information and you want to check the domain name to make sure that what you're looking for is real factual information and not just something someone made up. Okay. And the next one I'm going to look at is the Britannica, and that is an encyclopedia. This is the main page. I'm going to click Young Adults down here at the middle. An encyclopedia is an old term and used to only be physical copies of books. Some of your libraries might have them still. They're very large books and they usually come in a set. And typically they try to cover every bit of information that they can offer. But this is an online version of that, which makes it a lot easier to search. So here's the main page. as the other databases we looked at. There are articles, there's videos and images, and they have a biography section here as well. You can search for practically anything you can think of on a encyclopedia website. Like I said, they try to cover a lot of information. I'm going to do a search here just to kind of show you what it looks like. So I'm going to hit the search bar. I'm going to search technology. The search button. And there will be pages where they grab the keyword technology and show you things that are connected with that. I'm going to click technology up at the top, the first result. And this will give you some information, an introduction, a video about early technology, more history of technology, all the way down to modern times. These buttons at the top here are used for saving your information. So you can send it to yourself in an email, or you could favorite it if you create an account. You could print it out, and you can also cite it, which means if you hit this button, it will show you what we've been working on before, which is your reference list. So if you took any information from this page and put it in your paper, you would want to cite this. And how you do that is you hit that cite button and it gives you an example of what to use. It gives you the title of the encyclopedia. It gives you what the page is that you're looking at, and then it tells you when you retrieved it from the internet, because the internet can change, and then it gives you the website. And on this page, there's even more things that you can look into. At the top, besides the main article on technology, there are images and videos that you can click on that are embedded in that article. And there's also a related tab in which related information can be found, like furniture is technology, medicine uses technology, the internet is technology, and so on and so forth. If you go back to the main screen by clicking the top and going to Young Adult again, we can take a look also at the biographies to compare it to that other site with biographies. On the left-hand side here, there are also filters, just like the other databases that we looked at. Here we have different eras of time, nationalities, where the person is from, and also what they're known for. So if we wanted someone known for television, which is a type of technology, we could type in television, and it would cut down the search to people involved in television and show us alphabetically who those people are. We could refine it even further by male or female if we wanted to. And it would again show us an updated list. If we wanted to search the same search as the other page, we'd go to the search bar and type in Mae Jemison. And this gives us a couple articles about this person. She was an astronaut, as you can see, in this first article here and in the second. So let's click on this first article. It's set up just like the other one. It has an introduction, it has some videos and images, and then it has her biography underneath with more images. And if you hit the related bar, it will show all kinds of things related to space and astronauts, where she went to school, and other astronauts she might have worked with. If we go back to the Springfield website, you'll see that there are many, many databases. Far too many to go through entirely in this tutorial, but they're all useful for someone out there, whether it be a young person like yourself or someone older or someone in a profession. There's even 2 pages. There's history, there's local history, there are sciences, there are ebooks, there's even newspapers like the New York Times. Here's a dictionary database. All of these can be used with the public library card, whether it be through Springfield or through Boston. And that's information that you can find at the top of this page right here. Also, while scrolling through the list, you can see that there are these blue information bits at the bottom of each link to a database. Most databases can be accessed from anywhere, and that would say access provided by Massachusetts Libraries. If it says in library use only, you need to be on a library computer to use that website. And sometimes it's specific for the Springfield City Library card holders, so only people who have a Springfield City Library card can access this. If you have a card from Chicopee, you might not be able to access it. And some you can even register for free, and then you can access it wherever you want to. For now, that's all the information I have to share for the databases from Springfield City Libraries. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you and that you'll use the databases in the future. If you have any questions, you can visit your local library and we'll be happy to help.